Ever wonder what happens to a shiny new penny before it lands in your pocket?
Mm,
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of coin production at the U.S. Mint.
okay.
We've got excerpts from their website detailing the process and its history, plus an article from the Littleton Coin Company that takes us all the way back to ancient times.
Oh, wow.
Get ready for a journey through time and technology.
Sounds fascinating.
Hmm,
I'm always amazed by how these everyday objects have such intricate backstories.
I know, right? Let's start our journey in 1793 at the first U.S. Mint.
Okay.
Picture this. Horse-powered machinery, hand-cranked presses.
Wow.
They were only producing a few dozen coins per minute.
Really?
Back then, the mint relied on people to bring in their own silver and gold.
Mm.
Foreign coins or just bullion.
Makes sense considering the young nation was still trying to establish its own monetary system.
Right.
It must have been a challenge to produce enough coinage for a rapidly growing country.
You're telling me. Now, fast forward to the 19th century. The Industrial Revolution hits the scene, and things at the mint start to really change.
Right.
Enter Franklin Peel, who traveled to European mints in 1833 and brought back innovative ideas, most notably steam-powered presses.
Ah, steam power, the game changer of the era. This must have had a significant impact on coin production.
It absolutely did. Imagine instead of a team of 4 working a hand-cranked press, now a single operator could manage a steam-powered one.
Wow.
And get this, it even opened up job opportunities for women at the mint.
What's fascinating here is how a technological advancement like that ripples out to have social consequences,
Yeah.
like shifting gender roles in the workplace.
Absolutely. And of course, the production numbers skyrocketed. They went from dozens of coins per minute to a whopping 100 per press.
Wow,
By 1857, they'd completely eliminated foreign coins from U.S. circulation.
that's a major milestone in establishing a truly independent monetary system.
Now, before we dive into the modern U.S. Mint,
Yeah, okay.
let's take a quick detour to ancient Rome with our friends at the Littleton Coin Company. They paint a fascinating picture of early coin production.
Back to the roots. I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how they were making coins back then.
Well, initially they used casting,
Hmm,
pouring molten metal into molds.
I see.
You can imagine the precision and skill required to create those early coins.
It must have been quite the art form, especially considering the tools they had at their disposal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But around 211 BC, they transitioned to handheld dies and hammers.
Okay.
Imagine this. A metal disc with the design engraved on it, carefully aligned with a punch that has the other side of the coin's design.
Hmm.
Then bam, a strike with a hammer, hoping everything lines up perfectly.
It sounds incredibly challenging to get a consistent strike using that method.
Right.
I can see why each coin would have been unique.
Exactly. The Littleton article emphasizes the skill involved, the force of the hammer blow the alignment of the dies.
Yeah.
It's no wonder ancient coins are so highly valued today.
It's a testament to the craftsmanship of those early coin producers. Their work was more than just creating currency, it was an art form.
You're absolutely right. Later, they even experimented with roller presses and screw presses.
Interesting.
But as you might guess, those came with their own set of challenges.
Yeah, but
Not to mention they were dangerous to operate.
I can imagine. Timing must have been everything.
Yeah.
And one wrong move could have been disastrous.
Totally.
It really highlights the human cost of those early technological advancements.
Okay, let's jump back to the present day and explore the marvels of the modern U.S. Mint.
Oh.
Their website outlines 6 main steps in coin production: blanking, annealing, washing and drying, upsetting, striking, and bagging and packaging.
It sounds like a highly orchestrated process.
It is.
What are some of the most surprising details about each step?
Well, let's start with those blanking presses.
Okay.
They churn out a mind-boggling 14,000 blanks, the metal discs that become coins, every single minute.
14,000 blanks per minute. The sheer scale of modern coin production is incredible.
It really is. And any leftover scrap metal, it's all recycled, of course.
Oh, good.
Then comes annealing, where they heat those blanks to an astounding 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit.
Why such extreme heat? I'm guessing it has something to do with preparing the metal for striking.
You got it. The heat softens the metal, changing its properties to make it more pliable.
Okay.
This ensures it can be shaped without breaking during the striking process.
Makes sense.
To cool them down, they get a quick dunk in a slippery water bath.
Slippery water. What's that all about?
It's actually a mixture of water, citric acid, and lubricants that prevents the blanks from sticking together as they cool.
Interesting.
Quite ingenious, right?
Definitely. It seems like every step in the process has these little details that ensure both efficiency and quality control.
Now onto upsetting, where they create that raised rim you see on the edge of every coin.
Uh-huh.
They run those softened blanks through a mill that upsets the edges, providing protection for the design and making them easily stackable.
Ah, that's how they get that distinctive edge. It's amazing how much thought goes into something as seemingly simple as a coin's rim.
Next comes the main event striking.
Yeah.
Here, massive presses exert between 35 and 100 tons of pressure on those blanks to transform them into coins.
Wow.
For special collector's coins, they crank it up to a mind-blowing 540 tons.
That's an incredible amount of force. I can't even imagine the power required to shape metal like that.
It's truly remarkable.
Yeah.
The dies, those engraved metal pieces with the coin designs, come together with immense pressure, and bam, the blank becomes a coin.
Cool.
There's even a special collar involved that helps form the edge design, whether it's smooth-reeded or even lettered.
That explains how they get those intricate details on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
It's a testament to the precision of modern manufacturing.
And here's a fun fact. Circulating coins are struck only once, while those fancy proof coins, the ones collectors love, get at least 2 strikes. This creates that mirror-like finish.
That makes sense considering the difference in their finishes.
Right.
The extra strikes must really bring out the details of the design.
Exactly. And remember those incredible production speeds we talked about?
Yeah.
Well, the Philadelphia Mint can produce a staggering 47,250 coins per minute if all their presses are running at full capacity.
Wow.
That's millions of coins every single day.
That's truly mind-boggling.
Right.
It makes you appreciate the efficiency and scale of modern coin production.
It really does.
Yeah.
But what happens to those coins that don't quite meet the standards?
Good question.
Well, they get waffled.
Waffled? I've never heard that term before.
It's a fascinating process.
Oh,
A special machine essentially bends the flawed coins out of shape before they're sent off for recycling. Quality control is paramount when you're dealing with currency.
It makes perfect sense.
Right.
Every coin needs to meet those precise standards to ensure its value and functionality.
Right. Once the coins pass inspection, they're counted, weighed, and bagged up for distribution to the Federal Reserve banks.
It's amazing to think about the journey of a coin.
I know.
From a simple blank metal disc to a piece of currency circulating throughout the economy.
And for those collector coins, they get the VIP treatment.
Oh.
Robots and automated machines carefully package them in those fancy blister packs and lenses to preserve their pristine condition.
It's like they're treating them as miniature works of art, which, in a way, they are.
Now, we've covered the modern process, but let's not forget how coin composition has evolved over time.
Right. The materials used to make coins have a story of their own,
Uh-huh.
reflecting economic conditions and historical events.
Right.
Tell me more about that.
The Mint's website has a whole timeline of changes in copper and silver content, mostly driven by those fluctuating metal prices we talked about, and major historical events.
Okay.
Take the penny, for example. It started as pure copper, but nickel was added in 1857, followed by tin and zinc in 1864.
It sounds like they were constantly experimenting to find the right balance of durability and cost-effectiveness.
Right.
Especially as the value of the metals themselves fluctuated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's the legendary 1943 steel penny.
Oh, yeah.
Copper was needed for the war effort during World War II, so they made a temporary switch to steel. It's a fascinating example of how even something as small as a penny can reflect major historical events.
It really highlights the interconnectedness of everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even a penny can become a symbol of wartime resilience.
Absolutely. Then in 1982, the penny became primarily zinc with just a smidgen of copper.
It's incredible how even a seemingly insignificant coin like the penny has such a rich and complex history.
And the same goes for silver coins. They used to contain a substantial amount of silver, but that gradually changed, especially as silver prices climbed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The value of the metal itself could easily surpass the face value of the coin, leading to hoarding and melting.
Exactly. By 1971, silver was completely eliminated from circulating coins. A major shift in our monetary system.
It really speaks to the adaptability of our currency system constantly evolving to reflect economic realities.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to highlight something pretty cool about the U.S. Mint.
Okay.
They haven't always just made coins.
Really? That piques my curiosity.
Yeah.
What else have they produced?
Well, according to their website, they've been involved in producing peace medals.
Okay.
Those beautifully crafted silver tokens used in diplomatic efforts, especially with Native American tribes. Remember the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Yeah.
They carried these peace medals to distribute along their journey as a symbol of goodwill.
That's a fascinating detail that adds another layer to our understanding of the mint's historical significance.
Right.
It's not just about minting money. It's about creating objects that represent national values and diplomatic relationships.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there.
Okay.
They've also produced military awards like the Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and Navy Cross.
Talk about a legacy. It's amazing to think about the breadth of their work and its impact on American history and culture.
They've even produced coins for foreign governments.
Really?
For example, they struck coins for Hawaii back when it was an independent kingdom.
Wow. I had no idea. That speaks to their expertise and the global reach of their work.
So there you have it. A glimpse into the world of the U.S. Mint. From humble beginnings to a high-tech marvel.
It's been an eye-opening journey so far. What other fascinating details await us in the next part of our deep dive?
There's plenty more to explore.
Okay.
We'll delve further into the evolution of coin production technology, the art of coin design, and the enduring fascination with these little pieces of history we carry in our pockets.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
It's amazing to think that the U.S. Mint was producing coins for other countries.
Yeah.
It really speaks to their reputation and expertise. You mentioned they struck coins for over 40 foreign governments.
That's right. It wasn't until the 1980s that this practice was discontinued.
Well, that's what prompted that change. Perhaps it was a shift in global economic dynamics, or maybe the Mint decided to focus solely on domestic production.
It's definitely a curious detail.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what those coins looked like and how they reflected both American craftsmanship and the cultural identity of those foreign nations.
I'm picturing some fascinating designs, a blend of American minting techniques with symbols and imagery from around the world.
Right.
It'd be interesting to see a collection of those coins.
Now let's circle back to the evolution of crane production technology.
Okay.
We started our journey with those ancient Roman techniques,
Right.
casting handheld dies and hammers.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable how far we've come.
It really highlights the ingenuity of humans across time, always seeking ways to improve and refine the things we create.
The Littleton Coin Company article does a great job of tracing this technological journey. They discuss the introduction of mechanical coin presses in the early 16th century,
Okay.
starting with the roller press and then the screw press.
Yeah.
But even those early machines were still quite labor-intensive
Yeah.
and, frankly, dangerous.
Remember how they mentioned the risk of injury, especially with those screw presses?
Oh, yeah.
Timing was everything, and one wrong move could have resulted in a serious injury.
It's a stark reminder that progress isn't always a smooth or safe path.
True.
But then along came the industrial age, and with it, the transformative power of steam.
Right.
Matthew Boulton and James Watt, those pioneers of the steam engine, also revolutionized coin production with their steam-powered presses.
Steam power really was the driving force behind so much innovation during that period.
It was.
It seems like it touched nearly every aspect of manufacturing.
You're absolutely right. Those steam-powered presses were a true game changer for coin production. They could exert far greater pressure on the coin blanks, resulting in much sharper and more detailed designs.
Okay.
Plus, they introduced the use of a collar, which not only added that reeded or grained edge we talked about, but also prevented a problem known as clipping.
Clipping. I'm not familiar with that term.
Back in the day, when coins were made of silver or gold, people would shave off tiny bits of metal from the edges.
I see.
It was a sneaky way to steal precious metal.
So the collar served as a safeguard against that kind of tampering.
Exactly. And of course, steam presses were far more efficient than those earlier manual methods.
Yeah.
They could churn out thousands of coins in the time it took hand-operated presses to make just a few hundred.
It's fascinating to see how each technological advancement built upon the previous one, leading to the sophisticated coin production processes we have today.
The Littleton article even describes how modern methods are still based on the principles of die striking, just with a whole lot more advanced technology thrown in.
They mentioned electric and hydraulic presses, along with the use of master hubs and working dies to create those incredibly intricate designs.
Right. It's become a highly precise process from the initial design phase all the way to the final inspection and packaging.
And let's not forget those special collector's edition coins.
Oh.
Remember how they're hand-fed into the presses, given multiple strikes for that extra sharp finish, and then meticulously packaged to protect their pristine condition.
It's like the difference between a mass-produced poster and a limited edition hand-signed lithograph.
That's a perfect analogy.
Right.
Now, we've covered the history, the technology, the intricate steps involved. But I think there's something even deeper here.
Okay.
Something that goes beyond the mechanics of it all.
I agree.
What are your thoughts?
Think about it. Coins are more than just pieces of metal.
Right.
They're symbols of value, of history, of culture. They've been used for trade, for art, for storytelling, for centuries.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
They're tangible representations of human interaction and exchange.
And the fact that we still use coins today, even in this increasingly digital age, speaks to their enduring significance. They connect us to the past, remind us of the systems and values that have shaped our world.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
It is.
The process of making them, as we've explored in this deep dive, reflects this same blend of tradition and innovation.
Yeah.
From those ancient Roman mints to the high-tech facilities of the U.S. Mint, it's a story of human ingenuity and our enduring fascination with the power of currency.
What's truly amazing is how something we use almost every day can hold so much history and meaning.
It's a great reminder that there's always more to learn and discover, even in the most familiar objects.
Speaking of discovery, are you ready to dive into the final part of our exploration of the U.S. Mint?
Absolutely.
Ah.
I'm eager to see what other insights and surprises await us.
It's incredible how easy it is to overlook the significance of the things we use every day.
It really is. That's what makes these deep dives so fascinating.
Yeah.
We get to take these seemingly mundane objects and unravel the hidden stories behind them.
You know, in doing so, I think we gain a deeper appreciation not only for the world around us, but also for the ingenuity of those who came before us and how everything is interconnected.
Absolutely. Once you start looking for those hidden stories, you realize they're everywhere.
Exactly. The clothes we wear,
Yeah.
the food we eat, the technology we rely on.
Right.
Every object has a history, a process, a whole network of people and events that brought it into being.
And those stories are often far more intriguing than we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of a quote by the architect Frank Lloyd Wright.
Okay.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in the thing makes it happen.
I like that.
It makes me think about those early coin producers and their unwavering belief in the power of their craft.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's that belief and the dedication to their craft that led to the evolution of coin production, from those rudimentary hand-hammered methods to the incredible technological marvels we see today at the U.S. Mint.
And through it all, they were creating something that would become a symbol of value, of trade, of culture, of history itself.
It's amazing to think that something as small as a coin can carry such weight and significance.
It really is.
It makes you wonder about all the other everyday objects with hidden stories waiting to be uncovered.
It really does. There's a whole world of discovery out there, even in the most ordinary things.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of coin production, what's our takeaway for the listener today?
I think it's this. Never underestimate the power of curiosity. Don't take things for granted.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
Right.
Dig deeper.
Yeah.
You never know what incredible stories you might uncover.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow.
And on that note, we'll conclude our exploration of the U.S. Mint.
Okay.
We hope you've gained a newfound appreciation for those jingling bits of metal we often take for granted.
Perhaps you'll even be inspired to look a little closer at the coins you handle, imagining the journey they took to get to you and the countless hands they've passed through.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.